Good morning. My name is Chief Strongblood. I am St. Vincent and the Grenadines' favorite and most itself. I am the diaspora, which is my people. All in all, it was another beautiful day for a protest, and I enjoyed every moment of my protest. Let me first remind you the front of my sign says, I don't want the white man's money, the white man's woman, the white man's friendship, and or the white man's faith. And the reverse of my sign says, white man, why have you enslaved the African American, the Latinos, etc.? It was another beautiful day for a protest, and I enjoyed every moment of my protest. There is nothing particularly interesting that I should bring to your attention as it relates to my protest. And as you know, when I have protested and when I have updated you as to what transpired while I protested, it is always my pleasure and my delight to bring to your attention something of a social nature as it relates to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. A video came across my cell phone screen recently, and I wanted to speak about this video because this video is very troubling. Take a look at this video and let us discuss it after. The person in this video that we want to speak about is Camilo Gonsalves, the Minister of Finance in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and the son of the Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Ralph Gonsalves. Now, here we have Camilo at a political meeting performing a sexual act on another man, something that should not be condoned and should not be encouraged. I get the impression the man who was speaking made a good point and Camilo wanted to congratulate him. And as a result, he left his place in the back, came forward, hugged that man behind his back, and kissed him on the cheek. There is too many things wrong with that. If I was in that privileged position, I would have had a hard time dealing with that situation because I would have pushed Kamala away and I would have nodded my head in the negative and hold up my hand to say that that is inappropriate. Let me tell you something, right? In culture around the world that see men kissing men, none of those culture ever see any of the men kissing use their lips on the skin of another man. Men kissing in culture is the dabbing of the two sides of the cheeks against your compadre or your friend's cheeks. This system see two men holding each other at the arms to prevent close contact by these two people. And they take each other's cheeks and tap each other at the side of the tree. Never would you see a grown man hugging another grown man in public from behind and kissing that man with his lips on his neck. That is homosexual behavior. And when you see these kind of behaviors are being displayed publicly by members of the highest political office in our country, there is reason to be concerned. If you look at this and you're not concerned, then your sense of morality is so distorted that you are no good to yourself. These kind of behaviors is what you expect from a man and woman relationship, where a man and a woman have a sexual relationship or a very close relationship, not from two men of a political fraternity. The only reason Camilo impulsively felt, that he could do this and get away is because it is something that these guys are doing behind closed doors. These guys are bullying behind closed doors. That is why Camilo Gonsalves thought impulsively that he can get away with this. Look at the faces of these two men. There is no apprehension. There is no discomfort. But both men are very relaxed and they look like this is a normal phenomenon among both of them or among their compadres. Any normal black man who have never gotten involved in homosexual activities will be highly uncomfortable in this situation, will express their disapproval immediately in this situation because this is a situation that you would not want a homosexual to impose upon you. And if he do it, you have to put a stop in right there and right then. People, don't forget, this is the same Camilo Gonçalves who Yuki Farrell declared to the public that she and Camilo Gonçalves had a threesome with the boy for Banwell. The only people who get involved in threesomes are people with homosexual fetishes. If the woman have a homosexual fetish, then she would want to have a threesome with another woman. If the man have a homosexual fetish, then he will want to have a threesome with another man. It is not normal. It is not normal for two men to lie in the same bed with one woman. A little bird told me what the boy for Manuel was doing to Camilo, in that according to Yugi, but I didn't hear Yugi say it, so I cannot repeat that. But the little boy told me that the boy for Manuel had his own with Camilo. My people, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. Like father, like son. If you could remember well, a few months ago, I brought to your attention something that happened in St. Vincent and the Grenadines in the 1970s. When our popular, the United People's Movement, the political party that was a youth party that contested the 1979 election, was not even able to contest the 1984 election because that party, as popular as it was, and would have probably win the 1984 election, was broken up by Ralph Gonsalves. And the only reason Ralph Gonsalves was able to break up that party, to drive wedges between strong black men with the same or similar ideologies, is because Ralph Gonsalves offered himself as a sexual tool to most of the black leaders in the United People's Movement. Ralph Gonsalves behaved like a woman and he allowed many of the leaders to fuck him up the ass. And I'm speaking people like Jomo, Casper, Mike, all of these big boys who walking around St. Vincent and the Grenadines playing that they are important. Ralph Gonsalves destroyed those guys with homosexuality, take control of the party. And out of that party, the United People's Movement, he formed his own party. So the question is, since Ralph Gonsalves was willing to prostitute himself and make his ass into a vagina to get control of the United People's Movement and destroy that party so he can form his own, the question we have to ask here, what have Ralph Gonsalves been doing to keep these men and women in the Unity Labour Party under his thumb? We see the members of the party is openly showing homosexual traits in public, kissing each other on the necks, hugging each other from behind, and caressing them in public. The question I want to ask here is the Unity Labour Party a homosexual occult? Is that how they are able to keep the party in government for so long? Our eyes have not fooled us. It was not an innocent hug, because among black men, among Caribbean men, among Vincentian men, I have never seen two Vincentian men show that kind of affection to each other in my entire life. Even those nasty boys who get involved in homosexuality don't do that in public, because they know it was not accepted in public, especially when I was there. So the question I have to ask here is: the Unity Labour Party a homosexual cult? Does the high-ranking members of the Unity Labour Party have to participate in homosexuality in order to get their position, in order to get the opportunity to run for political office? Because remember, among white people, this is a thing. We see it in Hollywood. We see it recently with our own two eyes with Puff Daddy Combs. And we learned that that is how Puffy got his billions, by being a patsy to some white man in Hollywood. And he took that and he brought it back to his community, destroying his fellow black African Americans. People, there are a lot of fraternities that has homosexuality as a rite of passage, or a right to entry into the fraternities. So all I'm asking is: the Unity Labour Party one of those fraternities? Will somebody please tell me? My name is Chief Strongblood. I am St. Vincent and the Grenadines' favorite and most hated son. I am the diaspora machismo. I want you to like this video, share this video, leave a comment on this video. Let me know if the Unity Labour Party is actually a homosexual occult. Remember, there are many more videos like this right here. Go peruse those videos and let me know what are your thoughts about those videos. And I want you to like or subscribe based on which social media platform you're viewing from. I will talk to you